So we're taking a look at Mother, the latest offering from Darren Aronofsky, and if you know him, he has his little pattern of normal movie, weird movie, normal movie, weird movie. We're on the weird movie cycle, so let's dive in.
Just so you know that if you all are aware that this is a spoiler-filled review, so if you haven't seen the movie, check it out.
Alright, you're back, so you've seen it. So just we're on the same page on a 100% purely surface level, of which there's not much in this movie. It's about a couple in a house that the husband is a writer who can't write, and people start showing up at their door unannounced, and it breaks down quick from there. All right, buckle up, folks. This is going to be a little bit different. Okay, so this film really does not lend itself to the whole like and dislike system that we normally employ here. Okay, it is basically from start to finish just a metaphor. It's very difficult for us to say we like some particular aspect of it or like some other particular aspect of it and ignore the fact that the real point or what should really be addressed is the what is it about or the why of the movie. Okay.
Right.
To that end, any kind of quick search around the internet and you'll find that everybody and their dog is throwing the sort of low-hanging fruit, simplest explanation possible that this is all a big allegory and metaphor for the Bible and Christianity, and you know, Javier Bardem is God and Jennifer Lawrence is Mother Earth, and you know, Ed Harris is Adam, Michelle Pfeiffer is Eve, their kids are Cain and Abel, blah 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 blah. It's incredibly easy. It's very obvious. The fact that the director, Darren Aronofsky himself, has stated in interviews that as far as he is concerned, the primary motivation and focus of this metaphor is humanity's treatment of Mother Earth, and aka bad treatment, which jives with his whole environmental philosophy. And sure, he's going to throw a lot more in there. The religious thing is a real surface metaphor and just kind of easy picking. I think that if you dismiss that and start to go into some other realms, you get a little bit more interesting conversation going than that. So, with that being said, I know that there was, maybe not the film on the whole, but certainly aspects of it that you identified as sort of being metaphorical for something, so I'll let you take it away.
Well, here's my non-theocentric idea.
Whoa, look at you.
Dante, did you know that I actually studied a little bit on psychology? So we're going to take a psychology route.
But why would you need psychology to deal with dead people?
Anyway, so I think this whole movie was more about like a whole mental health aspect, that it actually symbolized the stress that just built up over time that Jennifer Lawrence was feeling. Okay. So that's something to think about.
Stress in general or specific?
Well, I've actually seen this a bunch of times with people in relationships.
Dead people?
Live people. When they get into a relationship with someone who is just more focused on fame and glory and wants to be liked by everybody.
I've come here to see me.
That they really don't care about if the person loves them or not, their partner loves them or not. So they kind of completely ignore them and blah, blah, blah. And no matter how much she loves him, she'll still support him. Yet it all just came crumbling down at the end, you know, all the support that she gave him. And he didn't care about it. All he wanted was fame and everything. But all the stress just came crumbling down, and then she snapped at the end.
Now this begs a very interesting question, one that I've thrown out before when I was discussing this with a group of people. Now, and I bet there's a completely different answer based on whether you're male or female. So you throw out and you say, okay, she was supporting him, she was giving everything she had, and da-da-da-da, but all he wanted was the fame and blah, 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 blah. Okay, now, question is, what, you know, from the male perspective anyways, why can't he have all that? Why should he give all that up just to be with her? It is not supporting him in getting all that fame.
She was. I mean, she was there loving him and tried to support him, tried to be his inspiration when he was writing.
Then he got it.
But he wanted more of it, and it didn't seem like enough. Like, he didn't get enough of fame or anything, and then she got tired of it, and then she even made that point where, you know, when they were fighting on the staircase and everything, like, well, you never have time to fuck me.
Right, yes.
To actually have a kid.
Well, he's busy being famous, in his defense.
So it just seemed like at that point, his eyes, he woke up and like, maybe I should give her some attention and then give her, you know, the kid that she wanted, and maybe she'll just calm down so that I can go off and live my life with fame and everything and everybody.
Right, except of course then it really went downhill.
Yeah.
Which is generally what happens when you have kids. Separate. Just saying. Okay, all right. And so I guess, you know, taking that metaphor and kind of running with it, I guess like the blue, jeez. All right, sorry, scratch that. Look at the shirt here. The gold liquid that she took would be kind of, like, you know, antipsychotic drugs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, because she would like, hear that background
like,
sounds.
Stress, I guess.
And then when she took it, she finally
quickly. Yeah, all went away. But it was merely a mask because it didn't actually fix the problem.
Right.
You know, it just, you know.
Like as most medication does, it's a mask. It doesn't fix the whole problem.
Poor
you know.
pinhead. Exactly. All right.
Extensive therapy and stuff like that, of course, will, but that's just another.
Yeah. All right. I got you. Okay.
But that is my, again, theocentric idea.
I got you.
That's just one aspect that I saw.
Okay, all right. You know, again, we're talking, you know, interpretations here, so we can't really say right or wrong.
Right.
Hopefully we'll get your interpretation in the comment section below. As for me, the way I was viewing this was on a couple different levels, you know, some more subtle than others. There was, I think, obviously a very large component of the creative process as it applies to the artist, the journey of the artist, kind of all wrapped into one. You know, the director himself, clearly in his work, sees himself as a tortured artist, okay, as many, you know, individuals do. And as an artist, you ultimately, I guess, have to straddle that line between if you really seek to have your voice heard, and it is heard in a medium that involves business and lots of money and public exposure, you're going to get fame. And they go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other.
Right.
Okay? And those who try fail. And those who can't accept it fail. But the problem being in our society, and this is obviously very clearly stated, the fame aspect oftentimes is far, far beyond the realm of acceptable. The hordes and the masses that wanted to not just know him and experience him and take every aspect of him, be it his household belongings or even his child, because it's a part of him, is probably not too dissimilar than some of the things that some of the people in Hollywood have gone through.
That is another astute idea.
Well, I just say, yeah. But again,
Something to think about.
It is. But again, and then for the creative process, if you're involved in any kind of creative endeavor, there are times of complete and utter shutdown, as he was as a writer for most of the movie. There are times of extreme inspiration, as there was after he finally got laid, which is a common inspiration for many tortured artists, I must say. But ultimately, what the creative process is a never-ending cycle of creation and destruction, be it through your own work or your ideas or your concepts. It's never resting on your laurels. It's never coming back to what was. You know, there's a lot of people that say, oh, you know, I can never put something down because it's never complete. You know, you hear that a lot as well. Well, you know, especially in the filmmaking business, it is complete. It's complete when it's projected on the screen and it's done. You can make director's cuts, et cetera, but it is. So you need to continue to recycle and complete and destroy. And going hand in hand with the fame is the concept of privacy.
Yeah.
You know, you got your paparazzi, but you have beyond that. You have the inability to walk through an airport. You know, and those people that just kind of and it was the journey. You begin.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you get a little bit of notoriety, and it's one person, and then it's
Right.
2, and then it's 4 and 8, and it's exponential, and the next thing you know, your entire house, metaphorically speaking, again, is filled with people, and you can't get away from them.
Right.
And maybe, again, as a slight jibe, some of the people that do get away from it by destroying their career, burning their career to the ground, becoming not famous any longer, is one, particular take on it. Well, obviously, there's a lot more I could say, and there's different directions I can go.
Well, and
with.
that's the point. It's open to interpretation. This is our interpretation, but let us know what you think in the comments of how you viewed this movie.
Right,
know?
yeah. We could go on and on for an hour here, but instead...
but we're not going to do that.
Right, so it is Pinhead time, and obviously it's going to be a little bit different this time. Our Pinhead is not necessarily going to be based on, how
If
good
this
it
movie
is,
was, good or
bad or indifferent, but another criteria, and I'm going to leave it open, just as this movie is. So you give me your Pinheads and kind of the why of your assigning that Pinhead
Well,
value.
I think I'd give it
Yes.
3 pinheads
Interesting.
because this movie surprised me. I walked in like I was going to see a horror movie,
Right,
which
yeah.
you shouldn't do.
There's certainly horror elements, however.
Yeah, but I mean, this just surprised me. It's open to interpretation. It's not like regular movies, like, oh, this is a good horror movie, it's a bad horror movie. It's
Right.
a movie that actually you can put something into and give it significance. So I give it 3. It surprised me.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Well.
There's 3.
Okay, fair enough. Well, what I'm going to say is this, that any movie like this, wherein it, as you stated, is open to multiple interpretation, I almost have to throw out the good, bad, and as such, I'm actually going to go complete middle of the road and give it 3 pinheads as well,
Oh.
because ultimately it's going to be down to the individual, and as for us, I can't say whether that it was super stupendous, amazing 5 stars, that it was a totally garbage 1 star or 0 stars. Dead in the middle, make up your own mind. So, math-wise, it's going to be real easy. Your 3 pinheads, my 3 pinheads. This is going to be a 3, boom, pinhead movie. So interpret away. We want that comment section filled and loaded up. Yes, like, subscribe, but really, let's get this party and conversation started. Let us know what you thought. And I gotta tell you, Morsha, as far as I'm concerned, there's only one mother that matters.
What's that?